it's time to smoke real smoke. It will open our lungs after our great breath flow practice. Hopefully that was good for everybody here. We'll do more later. Surely there's more that we could talk about. Maybe we'll take you over to the sitting area. Let's go figure it out. Come on, let's go for a ride. And by the way, in case you didn't know, this is one of the places we live. There's all of our stuff. It's so nice under this good bridge here. What was it? Tlakepeke. Alright. That's what we think it's called. We don't know. I don't speak Spanish very well. There's a little introductory course. Usually we're moving more of our body in a more fierce manner, but that was a much more gentle and elegant way. I say much more fierce, but you know, it just is what it is. It's not like insanely fierce or something, you know. I think it's okay, not too bad. Alright, let's see, what do we got going on here? Hey there. How's it going? That's probably got me. Alright. Actually, you want to move that back a little bit to the corner? Come sit next to me and let's have a little chat about what just happened. Usually we talk about stuff like that. We don't usually catch it on camera, but I always feel like there's some kind of beautiful tidbit. Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting angle, but here you go. Right there. That's the one. Yeah, that's going to catch both of us. Yeah. Good pool player. Good pool player. Yep, there we go. Yep. All right. You're going to sit right over here with me. And I think that's going to be great. Maybe you can sit on top of this nice cushion. There you go. Like, it'll be super sweet. All right, let's grab out some smoke. Woo! Oh, perfect. Almost completely full. It really is super beautiful down here. There's a river running through. Not a lot of people down here. So no, it's one of the safest places I've ever seen to be outdoors. There's not a lot of other homeless trying to kill you for drugs or something like that, you know. It's pretty cool. A lot of people trying to steal your homeless woman. Everybody wants a homeless girl to go around with them. I mean, if you're homeless, I mean, it's so rare to find a woman living on the street, so guys might kill each other for it. Anyways, it's nice to be here. One guy that lives in this same area, he asked us in a roundabout way to not come back, but also in the same time said that he wasn't saying that, so it was just all very confusing. But we're back here, and it's nice. I wish we could have just been here the whole time and said, screw you, buddy. But it's okay, because we did have many other great experiences. It's just so chill down here. But it is terribly cold too, so after being down here in the shade all day, you really do want to get yourself to the sun. Like me, I feel like I'm drying up down here or something. I mean, like, I don't know, whatever it means when a plant doesn't get enough sunlight. I'm a plant, I need sun! Alright. You know, I'm not really sure what we're going to discuss exactly. I guess I never really know what's happening in the moment. I gotta tell you guys that. I mean, we have a plan, and whether that plan actually happens or not, you know, that just depends on the moment. We might go in a certain direction, but who knows if that's the direction we're actually going to the whole time, you know. But, yeah, good to have a follow point, a lead off somewhere. I haven't drank any water again today, so I need to get on that. Thank you, I appreciate you. I got the water. Oh. So how are you doing, Ray? Caroline as well. She called herself Ray first. Tired. Yeah, we got some good staff flow in. We got some good light language teachings in. We got some energy flow in. We kind of got all the things in that we wanted to get in previously today, so that's nice. I mean, before today, we've been wanting to do some introductory flows into these things, and now we've got a whole dynamic thing going on, showing just little tidbits of what it is we're doing, for our main course. This little dessert and appetizer periods. We actually did give you an entree, I think, or two, so that's pretty nice. Taste those, just let that sit in your belly and feel real good. Speaking of which, we are hungry. She was hungry before I was. She wanted a breakfast burrito from this Mexican joint up the street. Fast food place, super good, cheapest place up here in the uptown to get anything. It's got a good quantity. I myself am starting to salivate for that as well. So, well, I thought maybe something cool would come out, but let's see here. Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think we're gonna be all right for now. Maybe we'll turn you back on later. It seems like right after we get off of this, like I'm gonna start talking to her, and some cool ass channels about to come through. But maybe that's the thing. We gotta figure it out. Okay, how am I gonna talk to her while talking to you guys? Hey there, how you doing? So yeah, what do you think of everything? How you doing? All the motions. Equal energy. when you're following me, the thing is that the energy gets accelerated, and so it's moving faster and faster, more and more, and you're stopping at a certain point instead of moving with it. So my energy's kicking up. You see the whole body moving. That means, like, in order to mirror that effect and harmonize that effect, you also have to be moving like that as well. Now, if you're not as strong, then you're going to have to move your legs more and move your body more in order to get yourself to the positionings that are prime positionings, so that you're always in the front of that energy that's moving. Really, it's about getting in front of the energy. If you can stay in front of the energy can't ever come upon you. And so you're really just moving to like a balanced position, balanced position, balanced position, balanced position. Kind of like two dogs looking at each other, or even fighting each other, but not able to get ahead of each other so that neither of them can bite each other. You see their heads going, biting at the air, but neither of them can get in front enough to grab on, so they're just waiting to a point when one of them can get in front of the other one. And that's what's happening in a fight or any kind of dance or any kind of motion. Now, when you're not fighting, though, and you're more dancing in a martial arts style, what you're both doing then is not allowing either of you to get ahead of each other. And because none of you are actually trying to get ahead of each other, this can balance itself in a really amazing way. And then a giant energetic dance can occur. And so that's the kind of thing that I'm bringing people into, is the effortlessness that allows itself to exude the entirety of its being. So in a state of surrender, still being able to apply the fullest of force without forcing. So just the fullest of one's expression, but without the means of overpowering or dominating another energy. So for both of you to dance as the dragon spiraling death mating call or whatever, or the eagles that clasp talons and spin to the earth as they mate. They're both hitting each other with this great force, but they're in a great harmony during this force. So they have this amazing, beautiful spiral and mating dance that happens, and they fly away from the ground. I think that's eagles. It might be some other bird. I saw it on a show talking about dragons, which aren't scientifically real, but universally, interdimensionally, there's definitely a being such as a dragon that's a universal gatekeeper that's really phenomenal, amazing. And not just a dragon, one of them, but many dragon-style beings. I myself and many I know, and it's just a really beautiful, awesome, powerful symbology, an actual ancient being, and beings that play a certain magnetic geometric role in subtle energy bodies to the very small but expanding, very large, giant gatekeepers, guardians of the gateways. Serpent dragons, maybe winged dragons, I don't know. I've experienced this in many ways. I'd love to share the experiences. One time I had wounds that were my magnetic field, or my magnetic field extended as wings from my back and surrounded an entire city. I was in San Diego, California. Huge energy then. Felt like my skin was diamonds then, and my steps were all completely right and guided. I felt as if I would step on glass and it would crush beneath my foot at that time. This was during the time of huge high energy teachings and really giant comings into realities in the whirlpool-like texture of the toroidal field's ocean-like quality as it moves the entirety of reality, a lot like water, but in a much more fixed and precise ordering of focus. It seems chaotic, but quite aligned and linear from another perspective as well. So there's a lot of ways in which to view the angles in which consciousness is presenting all the truth of itself in such vastness and in singularity. And I can't wait to get into greater discussions of those things as well. That'll be really beautiful, really wonderful, and it'll go with all the things that we've been showing. So the staff flow, the body flow, the flow together, the breath flow, this flow that's happening right now, this flow, that flow, all of the different flows, the flute flow, the banjo flow, any musical flow, any breath flow, anything that's occurring for me is all the very same thing. And you'll see that the way I explain myself is a way in which reality through me is explaining the whole of itself. And so all of these flows being the same scale, being followed by presence, awareness, and feeling, surrender to the moment, the allowance of the following of the path of least resistance through the moment guiding you, all these tiny little hands in motion, waiting to the moment where the moment moves you into right action. This is a wisdom of the Tao. Can you wait until the right action occurs on its own? Can you wait long enough? I have waited that long, and so from the point of perspective in which I've been brought to by the whole of everything, all of yourselves entirely, every being entirely moving me through the karmas of the moment, through the karmas of all that is, I've been able to see this very amazing center viewpoint in which I wish to share with you. Because as I explain myself, I will be explaining a way in which you do work very literally, and maybe are not in the realization capacity previously to hearing this, to be able to understand this very amazing perfection that's occurring with you in all other things in a really amazing, unique fashion, but also the very same and simple way in which motion is occurring. And I'm very happy to share these chord shapes, these realizations, these experiences to help bring perspective and development to the angles of view in which we've been previously viewing. I have been able to view this view because everything else existed in the other things around me to provide me this view, and so now I share this view with those that provided it for me, as we're all able to do with one another from the particular unique angle and view that has been perfectly given to each of us to share with each of us at the time in which that becomes desirous for each of us authentically and naturally, and not needing to be forced or controlled or manipulated to come before, in which it needs in the way in which it feels least resistant for each one of us specifically. If we feel in danger, or we feel this, or we feel that, and we don't feel completely comfortable and confident, it may be a wonderful gift from the universe, a wonderful neuroses that is actually a great wisdom. So I'm happy that for me, fear and insecurity and anxiety existed to where when I finally was able to speak my voice, it was at the time in which it was most comfortable, necessary, and safe for me. Whereas previously it may not have been, and it may have also been. But I do not know from the level of what could have happened, but from the level of what has happened. And I am very deeply grateful that I've been able to speak it now instead of before. Because now I feel sturdy, and I believe that the feeling of me feeling as if I'm sturdy is in alignment with me actually being sturdy. And so it's very beautiful. And if at any time that you should feel this, I wouldn't doubt it. Go ahead and try it out. Maybe you'll find out that you don't feel sturdy right afterwards, or that you are actually shown that yes, your sturdiness was not arrogance, it was true. Eventually, any arrogant sturdiness, even when proven upon itself through the merit of its actions, will eventually be broken and shaken loose from its inferior standing on an illusory reality that actually was a unfounded foundation that simply was able to cripple others that had even less sturdy foundations. But upon coming upon a foundation that be true, the only universal constant, it will not be able to be stood, and it will be crippled, and it will be brought to its knees to a place of humility, and it will be able to grow from that point of very small subtlety into a place of actual standing. And this will happen for all beings. This is a truth that occurs for us all in the way in which consciousness reverberates itself in the mirror of itself through this balance of seeming opposites, this thing we call duality, which is really just the play of singularity moving itself in the most amazing, perfected way. So thank you for everything. I love you very much. And yeah, that's the end of the transmission for today, for this moment, I believe. And I'm going to keep saying this until it stops or we keep going. I'm not sure the seeds we're sowing, but I believe in the amazing, perfect motion of everything, and it's, well, motion. Wopila Takasila, Wopila Great Spirit. Thank you to all beings everywhere, all that is unconditional love for all beings everywhere without one exception. For the heart of us all, the jewel that's in the lotus, the flame that's in the heart. You are the flame, the bridge between the heavens and the earth. Loving you, thank you.